Hello and welcome to another SY Diagnostics video, and today we've got a 2018 Ford Kuga that's got a battery drain. So the vehicle came to us on the back of a recovery truck with a flat battery. So the first thing I'm going to do, they've told me it's a brand new battery. It's a make I've not seen before. I think it comes from a well-known 3-letter parts supplier in this country. So I'm going to put the battery on charge for a few hours and do a battery drain test, shut the vehicle down, see what sort of drain we've got. So what my method is, I roll all the door locks, simulate that the vehicle is completely locked up, but I've still got access to the vehicle. So what I've done, I've just bypassed the bonnet switch, and I've rolled the catches on both front doors and also the tailgate. And what I've also done is just put some tape over the ultrasonic sensors for the alarm, and a little bit of tape on the steering wheel just to remind me that we've got tape covering up the sensors, because I have been known to send them out with the tape still on there. Then what we'll do, we'll lock the vehicle up and we'll see what drain we've got initially, and we'll go back to it maybe 40 minutes time and see what we've got. So I've just locked the vehicle up and it's got an initial current drain of just over 2 amps. So what we'll do, we'll go back to it in about 40 minutes time and see what drain we've got then. Okay, so 45 minutes has passed and we've still got a drain there of just over 2 amps. So we've got something quite meaty that's draining the system. So what we need to do now is do a volt drop test on across all the fuses. So we've got a fuse box here with the case style fuses. What I have to do is we just flip the lids off, and we've got normal mini fuses, got a couple of relays as well, and we've also got the body control module which is under the glove box, and there's a fuse box in the rear as well. Okay, so what I want to do now is do a volt drop test across the fuses. Very good, difficult to do one-handed whilst holding the camera, but basically what I do, I put one side of the multimeter across the fuse on the metal pin there, and then the other side of the multimeter on the other pin, and what we do then, we measure the millivolts on the multimeter. Ideally we should be seeing 0.00. If I take it off, it'll go all over the place because we're measuring fresh air. So 0.00 is a good value. Any readings on there will indicate a milliamp drain. So what we do, we go across every fuse in the fuse box, including the J-case fuses, which I'll have to flip the lid off, measure all those. So we've got this under bonnet fuse box here, and we've got the body control module, and we've also got the fuse box in the rear. And what I'll do, I'll not get too hung up on the values. I'll just write down each fuse that's got a drain on it and then proceed further from there. So here, just for demonstration purposes, we can see I'm across the fuse there, and we're hovering between 0 and 1 millivolt, so nothing really there for me to worry about, but it is still a bit of a reading. So what I've got to do, as mentioned before, go across every fuse now and take all the readings. Okay, so I've gone across every fuse. Don't think you really needed to show me for me to show you doing that. And the only ones I can find any drains on are on the body control module. We've got fuse 69, 71, 73, 78, 79. Where we've got instrument panel, HVAC unit, steering column control module and alarm horn, remote function access module, audio unit and the display screen. I've just had a quick look as well, see if there's any common denominators on there, and they're all on the medium speed CAN network. So what I'm going to quickly do now is just have a quick look whilst the vehicle's shut down, see if we've got any CAN activity on the vehicle, and just to prove as well that we've still got, let me just, there we go, if you can see that 1.9 amp drain still going on. So let me get the scope rigged up or quickly go in with a multimeter and see what we've got. So like I said, the vehicle is still shut down. I've just quickly gone into pins 6 and 14, that's the high speed CAN, and we're showing, if you can see that, 61 ohms. That's proving that the network is shut down. So if I now go into 3 and 11, which is medium speed CAN, sorry if the screen's gone dark there, can't avoid auto exposure. So in 3 and 11 now, and we're showing there 0.8 mega ohms, so we've got some activity. So if I keep in pin 3 and change that to 4, if I change that then to a voltage, so we've got 2 volts there. I'm thinking that will be CAN low on the medium speed. That's in pin 11. If I change that to pin 3, he says struggling to get it in. There you go. And that's 2.9. So I've got the CAN network is still awake. So I need to now, let me think, probably start. I don't really like pulling fuses, unfortunately, but I think it might be the done thing before we start stripping modules and everything down. And let's see what we can find. So if I can find the fuses for each particular module and see if we've got, if I pull the fuse out, shut that module out the network and see if we've got a difference on the amp drain, if that makes sense. Right, so we're underneath the glove box now. I've got the body control module loose, and the fuses, this row here, which had most of the drains on them, although the one with the most drain was fuse 79 if I remember right, this 15 amp one. I've got a hunch, something I was told a long while ago regarding door handles. I'm going to pull out the fuse number 5, that's for the remote function access module. That's what handles the central locking and door handles, because this has got key-free entry. Incidentally, the keys are 3 meters away at least, so they're not picking a signal up and keeping the vehicle awake. So yeah, I'm just going to pull this out, which I think will be difficult with a loose body control module, so I'll just have to put the phone down, hoping that the alarm doesn't go off, which it hasn't. So that's the fuse out. There's its little hole there. Let's go have a look now at the drain, see if that's made any difference. So by pulling that fuse out, I've got a drain there of around about, obviously it's floating because it's a inductive clamp, but as you can see there, anywhere between 40 milliamps and 70 milliamps. So let's just turn it off and on. Let's zero it. Put it back on the negative cable, and in all fairness, that's good enough for me. So what I need to do now is I'll wake the vehicle back up and we'll get some live data and check these door handles, and I'll show you what I mean. Incidentally, I've just put the fuse back in, ready to get the vehicle back awake again, and as you can see, we've gone straight back up to 1.9 amps. Okay, so I've woke the vehicle back up, I've connected the diag machine to it, run a system scan, and as you can see, we've got no fault codes in there. So what I'm going to do now, just to hopefully prove a point, I'm going to go to live data. I'll go to all because I've already pre-populated it, and press play, and as you can see there, left front handle lock is saying on, left front handle unlock is off, right front handle lock is on, and unlock is off. And just to prove a point, what I'll do, whilst you look at the live data, so that's me pressing the on button, and then as you can see, when I let go of it, it goes to off, but it immediately goes back to on again. And the unlock, if I put my hand on it, that's on, off, on, off. Just move my thumb for you. On, off, on, off. And likewise, if I go round to the passenger side, so here we are at the passenger side, and if I press the on button, it immediately turns to off, but then goes to on again. And then unlock, on, off, on, off. So it's looking like we've got a faulty capacitive sensors in both the front door handles, and what I'll do, I'll prove it in a second by taking the door handles off, unplugging them, shutting the vehicle down, and see if it shuts down properly. Okay, so we've got both of the door handles off. That's the door handle with a capacitive sensor underneath my thumb there, and the electrical connector. So what we'll do now, we will lock the vehicle up. And looking at the connections on the handle itself, there's no signs of any corrosion or water ingress. And likewise in the handle, in the door itself, in the multi-plug, and that's the same on both sides. So we've got the door locks rolled again, bonnet catch is bypassed, tailgate lock is rolled as well. Door handles are off, hopefully it will lock up. So let's lock it. So that's locked and confirmed. Mirrors have gone in as well, and I will just take off the inductive clamp, switch it on, zero it, put it back on the negative clamp, and we're sat at, oops, sorry that, we're sat at 0.5 amp there, so that's a massive difference already. So what I'll do now, we'll leave it for half an hour and come back and see what it shuts down to. So we're about 40 minutes later, and as you can see there, again it's an inductive clamp, so it will range a little bit, but we're shutting down there between 30 milliamps and around about 70 milliamps. If I was to take the battery out, which I've got a video showing how to do that, not the easiest of jobs or the quickest of jobs, I can put the multimeter in series and get a true reading, but compared to the 2 amp drain we had before, I'm happy with that. And what we'll do now, we'll go and see if the CAN network has shut down, which I'm sure it has. And there we go, CAN network. I'm in 4 and 3, so that's a ground and one of the CAN medium speed wires, and it's shut down 0 volts. So 2 door handles needed. So as always, I like to verify my fix. So it's the next day now. I've got both handles connected. The handle covers are being in the body shop at the moment, being painted. The vehicle is shut down, and just to prove the fix, there we go, we've shut down to round about, well, 30 milliamps I would say maximum. So thanks for watching.